So online advertising exchanges, I actually think, are critical to the future of online advertising. Online advertising exchanges actually provide for advertisers a way for them to get access to more inventory, a way for them to potentially get access to niche media, places that they would have a hard time finding exposure to. And they also create a normalization of the economics between publishers and advertisers. So they're a great way for publishers to show inventory and ask for a given price, and a way for advertisers to find that inventory at a desirable price. Exchanges also make it more manageable for advertisers and publishers in terms of limiting the number of players that you have to have a relationship with. So an advertiser doesn't necessarily have to work with 15 different networks. They can choose to work instead with a single exchange that's managing inventory across all of those networks in a single place. I think it's a tough question to come up with one significant challenge that's facing online marketers today. So I would say that I actually see a few challenges that interactive marketers are dealing with. And maybe the most pronounced ones are around prioritization. A lot of interactive marketers will ask me questions about where should they be spending their dollars, which channels are the most important ones for them to be experimenting with today. And I think the second challenge is around gaining support for interactive marketing. So the marketer wants to come up with a good sense of marketing priorities, a good bunch of data to support what they've chosen to do in order to prove to their executives that they're getting success and that they are deserving of more human resources and more investment dollars. So I think there are a few challenges facing online ad networks today. I think the biggest challenge is that ad networks are participating in a very crowded vendor landscape. There are a lot of networks available today. There seem to be even more popping up. I think it's very difficult for one ad network to stand apart from anybody else. So in terms of how to solve that problem, first of all, I think that there will be a lot of consolidation. So I think if we were having a discussion about ad networks next year, there would be decidedly fewer networks in the space. I think the second challenge is really around offering services that are important and valuable to publishers and to advertisers. And today, most marketers don't have a lot of trouble executing media buys. Their challenge is around intelligence and insight and customer analytics and monitoring performance of ads. So the ad network should focus beyond just helping purchase media buys and creating relationships with multiple publishers, and focus instead on providing some good detailed analytics services that will help marketers understand how their ads are performing, who they should be targeting, where they should be placing their media buys, and then also providing that level of service to the publisher to help the publisher know which inventory they have available that's performing well. So when comparing premium and non-premium inventory, think a little bit about premium as media space that's available on a top-tier branded website. This is going to be homepage inventory on the New York Times, Wall Street Journal. Non-premium inventory is media space that's available maybe several pages into a top-tier site, or media space that's available on a site that's not branded, maybe a local publisher or a publisher that attracts a particular niche audience. And that's where you're going to find your non-premium space.